Welcome back, my daring devotees. Today we're venturing into some of the most interesting and unexpected corners of human desire. That's right. I'm talking about fetishes you've probably never even imagined. Before we start, remember all of this is strictly for educational purposes. We're here to learn and explore, always with consent, safety, and a healthy dose of kink. So let's get started. Number 1, liquidophilia. Ever get a thrill from the thought of soaking in a steamy bath? Well, liquidophiles find that arousing. They get turned on by plunging their body, or even more specifically their intimate parts, into liquids like water or even fizzy Mountain Dew. Just imagine that slippery sensation turning you on. But a word to the wise, if you're planning on a public dip, maybe skip the pool. This is one secret you might want to keep between us. Next up, yeastiality. Now I know what you're thinking. Something about dough, right? Exactly. This fetish is all about a deep, unexpected desire for pastry and bread. Some find the sight and smell of freshly baked goods erotically enticing. It's a hunger for more than just sugar. It's a craving for that warm, indulgent softness.
Yeah.
And trust me, once you look at a donut that way, you'll never see it as just a snack again. Moving on, we have emetophilia. This one's not for the faint of heart. It's an arousal from watching others vomit. Now, before you recoil, remember that fetishes are as diverse as they are interesting. For some, there's a perverse thrill in the release and the rawness of the act. It's definitely on the extreme end of the fetish spectrum, so if you're curious, approach it with caution and a lot of clear boundaries. Number 4, hierophilia. Ever glanced at a sacred statue and thought, damn, that's irresistible?
Nice.
Hierophilia is the sexual arousal linked to religious or sacred objects like crucifixes and statues. It's all about the taboo and the reverence wrapped into one. It challenges the boundaries between the spiritual and the sensual. And yes, sometimes you even see those sexy renditions on DeviantArt. Because why not mix divinity with desire? Now let's talk about xylophilia, the fetish for wood. That's right. Some of you get off on the texture, the look, and the inherent ruggedness of wood, whether it's a polished table edge or a rough natural branch. Xylophiles are turned on by the organic feel of wood against their skin. It gives a whole new meaning to popping a woodie. Just be careful, you wouldn't want to splinter in a very sensitive spot, but then again, maybe you would. Next is lithophilia, which is all about the love for stones. Imagine rolling around on gravel or admiring a smooth pebble. The tactile sensation of stones can be incredibly erotic for some. And let's be honest, geologists might be onto something if every rock in the world had a hint of allure. It's all about that connection to nature's raw, unyielding beauty. Moving on, we have catoptronophilia, the fetish for mirrors. Some folks just can't resist the allure of their own reflection or that of a partner. There's something deeply intimate about watching yourself or someone else in the mirror during play. Maybe it's vanity, or maybe it's the thrill of seeing yourself surrender. Either way, it's a fantasy of self-admiration and exhibitionism rolled into one. Then there's psychrophilia, the fetish for cold. Yes, some people get off on the chill, whether it's the shock of ice cubes on warm skin or the sensation of cold objects triggering arousal. Psychrophiles find that wintry nip turns up the heat in a very unexpected way. Just imagine shivering, not from fear, but pure electrifying excitement. Now here's one that's a bit off the beaten path, actorasty. This fetish is all about the overwhelming arousal from sunlight. These folks can't get enough of those glorious rays. They say nothing compares to basking in the intensity of the sun. Of course, proper precautions are a must. Plenty of sunscreen and a safe environment because you don't want a sunburn to ruin the mood. Finally, we have formicophilia, the desire to have insects crawl all over your body. Picture a camping trip where you invite ants to join in your play. It's definitely not mainstream, But for those who find the tickle of tiny creatures irresistibly erotic, it's all about the sensation of being overwhelmed by nature's smallest beings. If you're into this, just be sure it's all safe, consensual, and hygienic. No one wants an infestation for real. That's a wrap on our journey through some of the interesting fetishes you've probably never heard of. Remember, every fetish is unique, and as long as it's practiced with consent, respect, and safety, there's no need for shame. This video is all about educating and exploring the vast, diverse landscape of human desire. If you've enjoyed this dive into the bizarre, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another exploration into the wild side of kink. I love hearing your thoughts, so drop a comment below, tell me which fetish surprised you the most, or share your own experiences if you're comfortable. Stay curious, stay daring, and keep embracing what makes you uniquely you. Until next time, I'm Rachel Rampage, your guide to the most unapologetic side of pleasure. Bye, and keep it messy.